Greeting of the day. Dear learner, in this video lecture, we shall see some examples on linear dependence and independence of the vector. So first recall the definition of linear dependence and independence of the vector. So given a set of vectors, say a set S, whose elements are vector v1, v2, v3, then this set is said to be linearly independent. So when it is said to be linearly independent, if we have a linear combination as 0, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 into V3 equal to 0. If this linear combination is equal to 0, where the values of all scalars, please note that values of all scalars. So the scalars are alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. When all of them are 0, then the set is said to be linearly independent. But if at least one of them, it will be well and good if all will be, right? So condition is if at least one scalar, say alpha I, is non-zero. If one scalar is non-zero, then we say that the set is linearly dependent. Now, again we have seen that when we consider this linear combination is equal to 0, this always results into the system of linear equation of the form Ax is equal to B, where this B is a zero matrix. So when such situation arises where B is a zero matrix, in this case we have alternative option to check the linear independence. What is that? So if determinant of A is equal to 0, then system is linearly dependent, right? Whereas if determinant of A is not equal to 0, then this gives us a linearly independent system of equation. So I hope the definition is clear to all. Now let's solve first example based on this. So determine whether the set of vectors in R3, so set of vector is denoted by S here. Set of vector S in R3 is linearly independent or linearly dependent. Set S is given as first element is 1, 2, 3, second vector is 0, 1, 2, and third vector is minus 2, 0, 1. So let us check whether this set is linearly independent or dependent. So first of all, let us denote each of the vector by say v1, v2, v3. So let v1 be the vector 1, 2, 3, v2 be the vector 0, 1, 2, and v3 is the 3 tuple, that is vector minus 2, 0, 1. So we shall always start with the condition that suppose linear combination, that is alpha 1 v1 plus alpha 2 v2 plus alpha 3 v3 is equal to 0. Now what is our aim here? Our aim here is to find out the values of these scalars alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. That is to check whether the values of these scalars are all 0 or non-zero. That is what we have to find here. So now question is, how many scalars would be there? So as 3 vectors are given, so there will be 3 scalars. If 2 vectors will be given, then only 2 scalar, alpha 1, alpha 2. So here what we do, we'll substitute the value of v1, v2, v3. So alpha 1 scalar as it is, v1 as per notation is 1, 2, 3, vector 1, 2, 3. v2 is 0, 1, 2 and v3 is nothing but minus 2, 0, 1. Now you can see here the nature of this left hand side is nothing but a vector quantity. It's a vector quantity. Alpha multiplied by scalar multiplied by vector is a vector. So this is one vector. This is another vector. And this complete term is third vector. We are adding 3 different vector. An addition of vector is again a vector. So this left hand side entirely is a vector quantity. So 0 over here is not a simple 0. It's a vector 0. How many components will be there in this vector 0? So it will be similar to what is present in v1, v2, v3. So in v1, v2, v3 we have 3 components. That's why here it will be 3, 0. Now let us simplify as per our usual process. So we will multiply with the first element here, first component here with each scalar, and then we'll add them and equate it with the right hand side. We'll get the first equation. So it's alpha 1 into 1, alpha 1, then plus 0 into alpha 2, then minus 2 alpha 3 equal to 0. Next, in order to get second equation, now we will multiply with the second components here. So it will be 2 alpha 1, then plus add plus alpha 2 plus 0 alpha 3 equal to 0. Similarly, we get the third equation as 3 alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 plus alpha 3 equal to 0. Like this, we get the system of equation which we denote by usually equation A. So I have obtained equation A. Now, if you see this, if we write this in a matrix form, so this will be in the form Ax equal to a null matrix. Ax equal to null matrix, where what is x? X is a matrix of coefficient. Now, x is a matrix of variable. X is a matrix of variable, that is unknown quantity. Now, what we wish to find here? We wish to find here the values of scalars alpha 1, alpha 2 and alpha 3. So the unknown terms are alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. So X is a column matrix of alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. Now what is A? A is a coefficient matrix. Now as per our procedure, what we will do? We will find out determinant of A. A is nothing but here 1, 0, minus 2. Then it is 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1. So I am having here a coefficient matrix as a square matrix. Now how will you decide? How will you check whether it's a square matrix or not? So you can see here I am having 3 equation and 3 variables. So it results into a coefficient matrix as a square matrix. So that's why here we will find out determinant of A. So determinant of A we'll find out. So determinant of A here we will get after simplification. So it is 1 into 1 minus 2 into 0 0. Then minus 0 times 2 into 1 2 minus 3 into 0 0. Then minus 2 into 2 4 4 minus 3. So this I am getting determinant of A as minus 1, which is not equal to 0. So when determinant of A is not equal to 0, so as per our result, what will be the nature of vector? So set of vectors will be what? Linearly independent. You will get all values of scalar as 0. So system of vector, a set of vector is linearly independent. So this is one approach. So we will call it as, say, option 1 for solving the problem. So for both the option, this Ax equal to 0 is common, right? Equation up to 2 is common. So option 1 is, we will evaluate determinant of A if it is possible. How to decide if it is possible or not? So when the number of equation and the number of variables are same, then you will get always a square matrix as A. A as a square matrix, and hence evaluation of its determinant is possible. So this is first option. Now I'll discuss second option also. What is another method to check whether a set of vector is linearly independent or not? I'll call it as here option 2. So in the option 2, we will go with the evaluation of augmented matrix. As we have a matrix, you can see as we have a matrix in equation in matrix form, that is Ax equal to 0. So from this, we shall write the augmented matrix. Now augmented matrix is, so augmented matrix is denoted by K, which is A clubbed with B. Now write down A, matrix A. So matrix A is 1, 0, minus 2, 0, and then 2, 1, 0, 0. Then next we have 3, 2, 1, 0. Now what we will do? We will reduce this into upper triangular form. So identify diagonal elements. First diagonal element is 1. All element lying below this need to be converted into 0. For this, we will apply the operation R2 minus 2 R1. And in order to convert 3, the operation would be R3 minus 3 R1. Like this, operating appropriately and correctly doing the calculation, we will get this as 0, 1, 4, 0, then 0, 2, 7, 0. Then again identify diagonal elements. One more element below the diagonal is non-zero, so this need to be converted to 0. For this, we will take the help of the diagonal element lying exactly above it, that is this one. So what should be the operation? It's R3 minus 2R2. So this K becomes 1, 0. First two row will remain as it is. Changes are going to take place in only third row. So write down first two row as it is. Now find out the changes in the third row as per this operation. What we have, it's a 0. Then 2 minus 2 times 1 is 0. 7 minus 2 times 4 is minus 1. And there will not be any change in the last column as it is 0. Now you can see here that you will always get this system of equation Ax equal to 0 as what? Ax equal to 0 as always consistent. Why it is consistent? Because my last column is 0. So there will not be any change in the last column. Right? So whatever will be the rank of A, same would be the rank of K. That's why system is always consistent. You need to only check whether it has unique solution or infinite solution. Right? So when it is unique solution, then we will always have linearly independent system of set of vectors. But if the system of equation has infinite solution, then it gives us the linearly independent set of vector. So I repeat, when this system of equation, when we have right hand side as 0, okay, so system will be always consistent. That is, rank of A is equal to rank of K. Only we need to check whether it has unique solution or infinite solution. If it is unique, if it has unique solution, means rank of A equal to rank of K, and that is equal to number of unknown, then system is always linearly independent because it gives you a 0 solution. Whereas if system rank of A is equal to rank of K, but it is less than the number of variable, then in that case the system of given set of vector is always linearly dependent. So here rank of A will be always equal to rank of K, remember, right, in set system of homogeneous equation. And this equal value we denote by R. So how much is rank of A and rank of K? So that is nothing but 3. Here we have 3 non-zero rows, right? So that gives the rank. So 3 non-zero rows, that is 3. Again, number of variables or number of unknown in the system. So number of unknowns are alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. That is again 3 in number. Now let's relate R and N. So what we have? R is equal to N. As R equal to N, so this always implies unique solution. System has unique solution. And whenever system has unique solution, it means all variables are 0. So this implies alpha 1 0, alpha 2 0 and alpha 3 is 0. So therefore conclusion will be the given set of vector is linearly independent. So I hope concept is clear to you all. So we shall see few more important example in the next video lecture. Thank you one and all for watching the video.